The sun shines its rays across the green that fills the forest. A solo, simply a speck of dust next to the zergs that wage war across the land. A peaceful pursuit back to my warm and cozy home. Unknown to me, a cheater, watching me closely, watching my every move with rose-colored glasses, because to him, it's just a game, but to me, it's survival. I have no chance against players with a cheating advantage. I may not be the one to stop him, but the rest gods, they were watching, and they decided to take matters into their own hands. And so here is where my story begins. Uncertain of what's to come, in hopes of a wipe full of peace and comfort. So I began running in the direction that leads me furthest from the spawn beach. If you're new to the channel, I hope you take a second and subscribe. And to my usual viewers, thank you so much for watching. And a special thank you to my YouTube members. Along the way, I had a sense of deja vu, and then this happened. Just like that, I was back on the beach, but when I spawned, I recognized his name. It was him, the same guy who killed me, and so I quickly made a run for it. I knew for certain he had a gun, and having that in my possession would be the greatest revenge. And in the dark, I looked, and eventually I found his body. And this is what he had. In a panic, I collected everything. But out in the open, I was so vulnerable. I knew I needed to build something to preserve this loot. And so, I built a temporary 1x1 and secured everything inside. When the sun came up, I began collecting wood, because it was time to build an actual base. And when I was ready, I grabbed my tools and I began building. The location I built in was a little tricky because there were 2 train tracks that intersected very close to where I built. So oftentimes, trains would pass by and I would hide because I didn't want to get caught building and lose my resources. Nodes didn't spawn near me, so I had to travel for them. But luckily, there was a mountain nearby that spawned a lot of nodes. Stone, and metal mostly. So I would travel there periodically and collect as much as I could. The first thing I did with the stone was upgrade any wood. After filling my furnaces, I decided to get more wood. I needed to give my furnaces time to smelt metal. The most important thing to me right now was upgrading my wooden door to a metal one. At this point, I grabbed a pistol and I went out roaming, and literally not 2 squares from my base, this happened. In this moment, I thought I picked this gun up, but my inventory was full. And with my heart racing, I tried to find his gun, but couldn't find it, and so I cut my losses and rushed home. After dropping off what I had a weird feeling I was being watched, so I decided to take the pistol and circle the base. To my surprise, there was someone. Clearly, he was going to door camp me. And knowing this, I knew it was time to upgrade the base. After upgrading, I decided to grab a bow and some tools, and to head out and gather as much resources as I could. And on my way back home, I heard footsteps. I tried to be friendly with this guy, but I couldn't tell if he was carrying a weapon on his hip. But sometimes you just have to take a chance.
If you stay a little bit back, I'll give you some stuff. Okay. Hold on, dude. I'm gonna give you some things, okay? Here. That's for you, man.
Just like that, peace was made. I didn't have enough scrap to research any of my guns, and I knew that going underground was a great way of getting a lot of scrap very quickly. So I took a chance. I grabbed a bow and a lot of arrows, and I made my way down. As you all already know, the elevator at Outpost tends to always have trouble waiting.
Lista gandun.
I thought I had dodged the chaos, and I probably shouldn't have stepped off the elevator, because then this happened. I tried to make my way down to the bottom as quickly as I could, but this player obviously spent a lot of time on this elevator, and after a strange series of events, I died. And after reflecting on my experience, I came to the conclusion that this wipe didn't start the way I would have hoped it would. I had guns, and I could easily snowball from where I currently stand, but it just felt off. And so the next time I opened my eyes, I was submerged underwater in a new server, a brand new solo, facing a whole new adventure. But this time, I was going to live out my wipe, the Orange Dream way. You've been watching an Orange Dream production.